Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. There's my kitty cat. Hi. I love him so much, he's awesome. He came to us a long time ago, and at that time I had like 6 cats, and I was like, okay, no, you can't stay here. When he came to our balcony, I was like, you need to go. Sorry buddy, I can't keep you. And he just wouldn't leave basically, okay? So he ended up staying for like 2 weeks just on my balcony, and I tried to kind of like shoo him away, because I already had so many cats, but just he still stayed and he wouldn't leave. And I was like, okay, fine. At the end, I was like, okay, fine, I give up, you can stay. So, so his persistence paid off, and so, guys, this goes to show you, okay, and maybe I am even supporting myself a little bit here, in terms of saying that, okay, but your persistence will pay off, and more often than not, if you're trying to accomplish something or if you're working on something, then don't give up, don't give up. Even if it takes you a long time, even if it takes you, longer than you expected, don't give up, especially if you feel like you're called to do a certain thing, okay? So anyways, but yeah, persistence pays off, right? And especially it paid off for my cat, and he ended up having a really nice place to stay. And unfortunately for us, we ended up losing a lot of our cats, I believe they got poisoned, by the way, and so, that was just terrible. We ended up losing like 3 of our cats, okay, and someone poisoned them. Um, you know, and I have an idea of who it might be, but of course I don't want to blame anyone, okay? But there are cameras around our neighborhood, so I kind of want to get access to those maybe. But at the end of the day, these people, if they did do something to the cats, then they will get their karma, and because it's really terrible, to hurt animals like this, right? And yeah, my cats just came back, they came back to my place, and they were just throwing up, and then after that they died, so it's really bad, it's really sad, but let's not think about this happened a while ago, and so anyways, I'm very happy that this cat stayed with us, because we don't have too many cats anymore, and this one he turned out to be such a sweet and just amazing cat, so yeah, anyways, guys, today I wanted to discuss something very interesting with you, okay? So this particular video is going to be for the ladies, okay? It's going to be for you ladies, okay? Because I know many of you are wondering, okay? And I know there's a myth that's going around, and I think that myth isn't particularly... I wouldn't say it's dangerous, but it's false, okay? It's false. It's a false myth, okay? And the myth is this, okay? Is that your body will never look the same after giving birth, okay? And in my experience, I found this to not be true, okay? But of course, I might be the exception and not the rule. But I wouldn't like to, and the reason being is because I worked super hard in order to get my body back, okay? And I will tell you a story about this, okay? So I know that a lot of you ladies, I know that, depending on the individual and depending on the lady, right? A lot of us gained an exceptional amount of weight during pregnancy, and even after, right? And I know many of us have very different bodies, so it's very difficult to tell, right? And I'm not talking about anyone that has a medical condition, by the way, okay? Because I know a lot of ladies tend to develop certain medical conditions after giving birth, okay? And so, things like hyperthyroid, right? and I'm not talking about that, right? And that, especially that, those conditions make it very difficult to, you either lose weight way too fast, right? Or you lose, you gain a lot of weight, right? And it's almost impossible to take it off, okay? So I'm not talking, this video is not about this, okay? It's not about anyone with a pre-existing medical condition, okay, or an existing one, or something that developed after your pregnancy. This video is not going to be for you guys, okay? You know, so, but in general, right, I think that there's a myth that's going around that is saying that your body will never be the same after giving birth. And I don't think this is true, okay? It is not true. And the reason being is, I think this, and I know a lot of you guys will be triggered by this answer, okay? But I think a lot of it has to do with laziness, okay? And not just, yes, I would say laziness, okay? And that's the true answer, okay? That nobody wants to hear, right? And of course, I'm not going to discount, as I do have a child, right? So I'm not going to discount the, you know, all of the emotional issues, all of the physical issues, all of the, you know, mental issues that we have to go through during and after pregnancy, right? And giving birth. But ladies, the reason why I'm saying is that you're not pushing yourself hard enough to, and it isn't just about your body. It's not just about getting your body back, right? It's more about your mental health, okay? Because as you guys know, as you ladies know, exercise is extremely important, okay? It's extremely important, and it doesn't have much to do with getting your body back after pregnancy. Yes, of course, that's important, right? As society bases our worth as women on our physical attractiveness and our shape, right? And that's the unfortunate thing, but I'm not saying it's valid and right. No, it's not. To me, you know, judging by my videos, my other videos, you guys know that I think it's the inner beauty that matters and not your outer, okay? Your outer matters too, right? But at the same time, your inner beauty will always be much more important than your outer, okay? Because it will always project outwards, and it's gonna make you, no matter what you look like, it's gonna make you appear to be a beautiful, beautiful person that you are within, okay? So, and also being physically attractive, right? Having a certain body shape, it comes with its own issues, okay? And everything has two sides, right? And so, but I'm not saying that your physical attractiveness or your body is not important, right? And what I'm talking about here is that you getting into shape, or you going out and exercising, even during your difficult periods, it can actually help you, okay? It can help you, and the way that it helps you is that actually exercise is a natural antidepressant, especially weightlifting, especially resistance training, okay, guys? So it is good for your mental health, okay? So just remember that, okay? So if you have just given a birth, right? Of course, take the time to heal, you know, don't push yourself to do anything that your body's not ready to do, right? But at some point, you just have to start pushing yourself. You have to start motivating yourself, and you have to start telling yourself, okay, I'm gonna get out there. This is good for me, okay? It's not just for you to look a certain way, but it's for your own good. It's for your mental health. It's going to keep you healthier mentally, okay? And of course, it's going to eventually get you into the shape. It will get you back into shape, okay? And there's a side note here, okay? So many of us have led to believe, a lot of us have been lied to, okay? And of course that comes down to the Hollywood industry, right? The Hollywood industry, they keep on portraying this image that, you know, of a woman giving birth and then, you know, be like getting back into shape within like literally like a week or two, right? Or like days. And that's just extremely unrealistic. And of course, Hollywood is always pushing these unrealistic standards, unrealistic body image, unrealistic ways of looking, right? Most things in Hollywood are unnatural, okay? They go to the extremes. They use plastic surgeons. They use, pills like Ozempic, I think it's called now, right? That's what they're using. They use their diuretics. They starve themselves. They have personal trainers. They have specialists that help them look a certain way, okay? So, you guys, what they're pushing is unrealistic, okay? It literally took me almost 2 years to get back into the shape that I was in, okay, guys? And with that said, I worked very, very hard, guys. I took my baby in his little car seat to the gym, okay? He was with me while I was lifting, okay? He was with me every step of the way, basically, okay? Whenever we were outside, I would take a jump rope and I would jump right next to him and right next to the stroller, okay, guys? I found a way to make it work, basically. I didn't make excuses, okay? Because I knew it was also good for my mental health. It releases endorphins. It makes you feel good, okay? So I didn't have these excuses of, oh, I don't have enough time, I'm too tired, right? Yes, of course, I was sleep deprived, right? And as you guys know also, right, exercising while you're sleep deprived, that's not really also, that's, usually it's not a good thing, okay? But at the same time, there's a way to fit it in, okay, whenever you're feeling okay, right? So sometimes you do get some, like, of course, within the first 3 months, right, it is tricky, okay, so, but you really don't have, sleep improves after 3 months or so, right? And so maybe the first 3 months, maybe you shouldn't be exercising, right? Because as they say, right, you have to prioritize your sleep, okay, before exercising, okay? So if you're lacking in sleep, then you're better off sleeping and then exercising, okay? So there's that, right? So maybe within your first 3 months, right, maybe it is better to not exercise and to just heal and to sleep it off as much as you can, right? Or as much as you're able to. And then you can get back into exercising slowly, okay? Once again, don't push yourself, right? But also don't lie to yourself and don't tell yourself, okay, my body is never going to look the same. In fact, like I said, with hard work, with dedication, right, your body will look amazing. It will look even better, okay? Your hips might be a little bit more wide, okay? Mine got a little bit wider. Your breasts might also get a little bit bigger, okay? When I was pregnant, my breasts significantly increased, and I wasn't expecting that because I always had very small chest, and I was like, whoa, like, wait a minute, where's this like coming from, you know? And of course I was breastfeeding, and I breastfed for like 3 years, you know, and so of course after 3 years of breastfeeding, you know, my breast significantly decreased, right? And that's okay, right? That's bound to happen. It's supposed to happen because you know, and that's normal, right? As your body is, your baby needs fat, right? And that's fat is stored more often than not in your glutes, right, and in your chest area, okay? So and that's just for your body to make the milk for your baby, right? And so guys, another thing that you have to remember, right, is that, I mean, no, back to that, right? Back to your body looking even better. Yes, your body can look even better after giving birth, okay? Like I said, you know, your assets might increase, okay? And the only thing that I do have more of an issue with right now, and once again, everyone has a different body type, right? Everyone's body is different, right? And so this is a tricky subject, right? That's why this is such a tricky subject, because we all have our own bodies, right? And metabolism, and you know, we're all in different stages of our lives, like we all have different ages, right? And everything is different, basically. Blood type is different, the way we're eating is different, diet is different, right? And so we come from different regions. Those things are all, they should all be considered, okay? But at the same time, you have to work your booty off, okay? And with hard work, anything is possible, okay? And getting back to your giving birth or pre-getting pregnant shape is absolutely possible. It's possible to even have a better shape, okay, than when you started. So, but once again, it will take a lot of hard work. It will take a lot of dedication on your part, okay, and you have to make a commitment, okay, to staying healthy, to just to getting back to that pre-pregnancy shape, okay. It is possible. One thing that I will say that is that my belly has never really been the same. My belly now kind of, it's much harder for me to get rid of my belly fat right now, okay? And I don't have much, okay, now, but it is still there, okay, and but I've always had a problem with that, you know, so my belly area has always been like the biggest kind of, you know, issue for my personal body type, right? So there's that, right? So I think my belly, now I have to work even harder to you know, to get rid of my belly, basically, okay? But that's always been the case with me, okay? But after pregnancy, I've noticed that has been an issue, an even bigger issue, basically, okay? So you might notice that certain areas in your body might start holding a little bit more fat and will start becoming even more stubborn or harder to get rid of, okay? So that's one thing that I noticed. But for the most part, guys, I noticed that my body, you know, has gotten even better, you know, after giving birth, and that's beautiful, okay? So don't lose hope and don't follow these silly Hollywood trends. They're not real, okay? Like I said, it took me about 2 years to get back into shape, okay? And I literally worked my booty off. It was really difficult, okay, guys? I did resistance training, I did weightlifting, I did, you know, I did body weight exercises, I jumped rope, you know, I ran, and I did all kinds of different things, okay? But once again, take it easy, go slowly, okay? Don't push yourself too hard, especially within the first 3 months when you're really recovering from pregnancy, from giving birth, right? Now, and for all of you guys, men that are watching this, you guys do not understand how difficult getting pregnant, even going through the entire stages of pregnancy is. You guys do not understand. You truly do not understand this. So try to support your wives, your girlfriends, you know, your partners as much as you possibly can. I know a lot of men cannot even handle watching pregnancy or watching their significant others giving birth because it's so traumatic for them. They can't handle it emotionally, psychologically, and I understand why. You know, when I was giving birth, right, the entire room was covered in blood. It literally looked like the houses of horrors, you know. So, like, guys, it was the most painful thing in my life, and I'm a strong person. I handle pain really, really well, okay? It was the most painful thing and the most traumatic thing that I've ever done in my life, guys. And so understand that we're not like baby making machines, okay? We're humans with feelings and emotions, and it's a truly difficult process for a beautiful one too, but a very, very difficult process and a very draining one for a woman to go through pregnancy, you know, to go through giving birth, you know, and whatever comes after, okay? So, you know, and I think I will probably make another video on that because I think it should be given the respect that it needs and it deserves. So talking about that, you know, so yeah, guys, just, you know, don't believe the myths, okay? You will get the body that you want to get after pregnancy. Once again, you might have some stubborn areas that might be a little bit more difficult to get rid of, but it's not impossible, okay, guys? I'm not like dieting. I'm not even trying to, you know, to really get my six-pack back, you know, that I used to have. I'm not even trying to do that, but I have abs, you know, uh, if I just get rid of like a few things in my diet, like maybe stop eating so much chocolate, then you know, my body will just like naturally slim down even more if I really wanted to, but I don't, you know. So like I'm not trying to do that, you know. And so in fact, now, right, and because we're living in a different country also, of course that has a lot to do with it, right? But food here is very high quality, okay? So the foods that you're eating, of course it matters so much, right? And so in fact I actually have a hard time you know, keeping the weight on, okay? And so I eat a lot, and I don't, you know, I'm comfortable where I'm at, basically. I don't want to like lose any weight, I don't want to gain any weight, you know. So, and if I were, like I said, if I wanted to lose this stubborn belly area fat, right, I can do it in an instant, basically, you know. And so yeah, like I said, do not trust the myths, don't believe them. They're just myths, okay? And so you'll be a much stronger version of yourself if you want to. You'll be a different version, and yeah, the initial period, the initial year, it will be your year of adjustment, you know, and you'll be in shock, basically, because you will be a completely different person. You'll feel like a completely different person. But then later on you will realize that you have actually become like this butterfly that emerged after metamorphosis, I think, right? And so you know, so you will become a better and a more upgraded version of yourself, okay? Whether you want to believe it or not. I know the first year, like I said, it's extremely tough mentally, emotionally, physically, right? You're recovering, you're healing, you look like a completely different person, right? You're looking in the mirror, you can't recognize your body. That's completely natural, guys. Also, just remember this, okay? Make sure you're eating enough. Don't worry so much about your body in the beginning, okay? Just make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're focus on your baby. Focus on breastfeeding it, right? Give your body as much food as it needs, okay? Just trust your body, listen to it. And don't go on these silly diets while you're still breastfeeding your baby, because guys, also you might have an issue of, you know, if you're gonna like in Hollywood, right? If you're gonna follow stupid trends and you're gonna start, you know, like dieting right away, that might impact your body's ability to make milk, okay? And so you might have issues with breastfeeding your baby, okay? So don't think about yourself, think about your baby, focus on your baby, right? And just nourish it, nurture it, you know, and give it what it needs. Okay, guys. And so also a side note is, while you're breastfeeding, okay, guys, I was breastfeeding for 3 years. I had a lot of stubborn fat, okay, and yeah, I had a lot of stubborn fat that just didn't go away, you know, and I didn't care about that so much, you know. I even went to the gym. A guy just like made a joke about it or a comment about it, right? And I was thinking in my head, you silly goose, like, why? You have no idea that I'm still breastfeeding my baby, and that this fat actually, like, my baby needs, you know, my baby needs the nourishment, and so that's why I'm not worried about it, you know. But I didn't say anything to him, you know, and when he made the joke, I just thought, like, people are ignorant sometimes. They don't know what's going on, and they just, like, you know, he was trying to nag me, by the way, you know, and I knew everything that was going on, but I just didn't say anything, you know. But yeah, he didn't know that I was still breastfeeding my baby, and I needed the fat, you know, my baby needed the fat for the milk, okay? So guys, more often than not, when you stop breastfeeding, okay, and when your hormones get back to normal, you will drop that weight so quickly, okay? That's what happened to me, okay? I also dropped the excess or extra fat so fast after stopping breastfeeding, and people started commenting on that too, of course, and I was like, yeah, I mean, like, Of course, I was expecting all of that, right? Because, like, once again, your body doesn't need the extra fat right now in order to make milk, right? And so, of course, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna drop the weight, right? Drop the fat, because you no longer need it, right? And so there's that, right? And so just don't worry so much about your body. Work hard, of course, right? Work hard whenever you can. Get outside. Don't make excuses, and you will get back into a beautiful, beautiful shape. You'll get back into your pre-body, you know, pre-giving birth shape, and especially with hard work, especially with dedication. Okay, without if you don't make any excuses, and yeah, like I said, they will be better than ever. Okay, so. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for another video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in another video.